Hello children, today we are going to learn the grammar part. We will start from the parts of speech. As you all know, the parts of speech contains few things which we can see it over here into the form of pie chart. First will be called as noun. Noun means the naming word, isn't it? Then pronoun. Pronoun, which we generally use to avoid the repetition of the noun. Then verb. Action word is called as verb. Then prepositions. Means which help to understand the action of the noun towards a subject. We are going to see each and every form, each and every type step by step. Now the next one is adjective. Adjective which explains or describes the noun will be called as, that word will be called as adjective. Then adverb. Adverb is the word which explains the action of the verb. Then interjection. Interjection means the words which we use to explain our excitement, our anxiety, our happiness, our sorrow, our pain, our sadness. If I want to say something, oh, what a beautiful picture this is, what a beautiful scenery. So that time, whichever words I use at the beginning of the sentence, oh, bravo, hooray, I have won the match. In this way, whichever words I am using, those words will be called as interjection. Now, I will move towards conjunction. Conjunction means itself, it has the meaning. Junction means the word which join the two sentences or two nouns. That word will be called as conjunction. Ram and Rahim are playing football. And will be called as conjunction. When the word joins two sentences as well as two nouns as well as two adjectives, that word always does the work of joining the things, joining the sentences, joining the nouns, joining the adjectives. So that is why it is called as conjunction. Okay, so in this way, that is there, as well as one more, determiner. Determiner means a, and, the. These are the articles which we use. Each, every, some, more, little, less. These are the determiners where we explain or give some information about that noun, exact information about that noun by using these determiners into the sentence. We will move towards noun. Noun itself is a naming word. Naming word means, and there are few types are there. I'm going to explain those types. But to certain things which when I give certain name, this is the bench, this is the board, this is a whiteboard, this is a stool. So stool is the noun itself. Board is the noun itself. Bench is the noun itself. This is a room. That is called as a noun. These are the naming words. They are specifying the things. So that will be called as naming words. Now into this noun, common noun is a part. Common noun means whichever words I have just now mentioned, that this is a table, this is a stool, this is a board. So these are the common nouns. But if I will mention that this is a whiteboard, I am specifying things. That time it will be called as a proper noun. Understood? So common noun will be called as dog, animal, trees, mountains, school, office. These are the common nouns. Boy, girl, common nouns these are, where I am not specifying something. But when I am specifying, I am saying that Mrs. Indira Gandhi came to our place or visited to USA. So I am mentioning the things, I am mentioning the specific name of that person. That time that set of word will be called as proper noun. Understood? So here you can write it boy, girl, school, then table, chair, pen. If I am saying that I have 2 pens, pen will be the common noun. But if I am specifying something, for example, I have 2 ball pens and 2 gel pens. I have 2 marker pens. That means I am specifying. So that marker pen set of word will be called as a proper noun. Understood? I go to school. School will be the common noun. But I go to St. Anne's School. That is the proper noun of that school. So that is why that will be called as proper noun, specifying the noun. So that will be the proper noun. So proper noun means Taj Mahal is situated at Yamuna river. Into this sentence, Taj Mahal specified the monument. Okay, the monument is having its own name. So that is why it will be called as proper noun. Situated at the river, if I am saying, then river will be the common noun. But I am saying is situated at Yamuna river, means I am specifying the common noun. So that river will have the extra additional information about that river. I am specifying that river. That means that become the proper noun. So here I can write Taj Mahal, proper noun. Delhi, Agra, Yamuna. Okay, so in this way I am specifying the things, the places, the animals, the human beings. That time I am using the proper noun. Okay, now if I want to mention regarding anything, any place, that time proper nouns will be used. Now common nouns, as I have explained, she is a girl. Okay, that will be the common noun. She is a girl whose name is Malala. Okay, so I am specifying that girl. I am giving the name. So that becomes the proper noun. Now collective nouns. Collective nouns. Collection of the nouns, collection of the things, collection of the animals will have the term. It will be called as collective nouns. Collective nouns consist of flock of sheep, flock of sheep, herd of animals, herd of deers, herd of deer. Then set of books, bunch of keys, crew of sellers, gang of thief, Gang of thieves. Huh. So in this way, the collection of that certain noun will be called as collective nouns. Understood? So flock will be called as collective noun. Herd will be called as, because if I gather the things and then if I want to give the specific name to that group of thing, then I'll have to choose, I'll have to think about that word which will be called as collective noun. To the group of those things or the persons or the animals will be called as collective nouns. In this way it will be there. Or band of musicians, in this way. So that will be called as collective nouns. Now I am going to write about abstract nouns. What does it mean? Abstract noun means whenever I am saying that I felt a lot of happiness right now, I am feeling so much happiness. That means I am feeling the happiness, I am extremely happy, but I can't show it that this is certain amount of happiness, but it is there. In my mind, there is happiness. So that is why if I can't show it, but it is filled up over there, that will be called as abstract noun. I have lot of love towards poor and needy people in my heart. That means I have lot of love, but I can't show it specifically that this is the love, but it is there. My heart is filled up with love. So that love word will become abstract noun, which I can't show it, but it is there. Love, then happiness, then sadness, then bravery, then affection, then hatred, which is there but I can't show it, or no one can show it, but it is there. I can't deny the existence of that particular thing. So that time those words will be called as abstract noun. So in this way, fear, jealousy, these are some examples of abstract noun. So in this way, noun means there are many types we can say it, that common noun is there, proper noun is there. Okay, Indira Gandhi, if I'll write it, is the proper name. Mary Kom is the proper name. Dia Mirza is the proper name. So these are the proper nouns, okay, which are mentioning, which are describing certain things, certain people, certain persons, certain animals, certain places. Taj Mahal, Delhi, Agra, these words are describing the places. So they will be called as proper noun. Now collective nouns means the collection of or the group of the things or animals or the places or the people will be called as collective nouns. Then abstract nouns, as I have given to you just now the example. There are one more, this one, material noun. Means where I can't show each and every particle, it will be called into the material form. For example, cement. I can't count each and every particle or noun, but it is into the material form. Then gold, then silver, then aluminum, then soil, then water, then oil. Each and every drop I can't weigh, I can't count. It will be always counted into material noun. Okay, so that will be called as material noun. Now singular and plural nouns are also there. Means boy, boys, girl, girls, in this way. Okay, so mouse, mice, tooth, teeth. So these are the singular nouns and it has become plural. Then thief, thieves, handkerchief, handkerchiefs, half, halves, halves, halves. In this way, singular and plural nouns are also there. And the this one also, mouse, mice. Then gender also are there. Many differentiation is there into the gender. Bitch, dog. Okay. Then ox, cow. Then okay. Then tiger, tigeress. Okay, lion, lioness. Then lass, lad. Okay, young person is called as lass into Britain, lad into Britain, and the young lady will be called as lass in this way. Then air host, air hostess. In this way, there are the singular noun and plural nouns. Okay, then so in this way we have seen various parts of nouns. Okay, determiners means a and the, these articles, then even, then much, more, less, far. These are the determiners which are specifying the noun. Okay, least, which are determining the subject, which are determining the noun. Now pronoun, to avoid the repetition of the naming word, we can use pronoun. Means he, she, it. He, she, it, they, we, you, them, hers, ours. In this way, us. So these are the pronouns. Means I can give you the example that me, even me. Rita likes to sing. Rita likes to go to do the dance. Rita likes to do the trekking. Rita loves cooking. So in this way, if I'll use or utter the word Rita, 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 then the person who is listening to me will get annoyed, isn't it? He will get irritated. So instead of using the same noun or naming word, I can use she, isn't it? She loves to do this. She likes to go there. She likes music. She likes to do the cooking. So in this way, pronouns are used to avoid the repetition of the noun as well as to make the sentence in a shorter form. Now verbs. Verbs means the action word is called as verb. Action word, isn't it? Action word. Many actions we do it every day. Right now what I am doing, I am teaching to you. That is the action. You are, what kind of action you are doing? You are listening. You are learning. That is the action itself, isn't it? What I am doing what I am doing right now, writing, to write is the action. What I am doing right now, rubbing, this is the action. So these are the action words. You might have you might be knowing so many words because through your 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, many times you must have had the recap of all these things, but still we will have the brush up to our basic knowledge of grammar. So that is why these verbs we will see. So go, walk, come, many action words are there. Thousands of action words or verbs are there. So few I will write it over here. Then jump, then shout, then cry, then weep, then eat, dance. Many action words are here. those are showing the action which is occurred by the person, by the noun. Now we will move to the preposition. Preposition means which is the word or the set of words which are specifying the action or which are mentioning the things. Okay, for example, I have kept the book on the table. On the table. I have kept the book on the table means the action whichever I have done along with the noun to reconnect the action, the preposition is being used. The river flows under the bridge. Under the bridge. Understood? In this way. I have kept the chalk near the book. I have kept the pen in the book. So, in will be the preposition. In this way, many prepositions are there. In, into, up, down, under, over, above, below. So many prepositions we use it. Of, from. So these are the prepositions which are being used during the sentence. Then at, up to. Okay. So in this way, till, until. These are the prepositions which are explaining or describing the action which occurs into the sentence. Now we are moving towards adjective. Adjective is a word which describes the noun. So here the specification of the noun. The yellow rose I picked up from the tree. Yellow rose I picked up from the rose tree. So yellow will be the adjective of that rose. Rose is the common noun, proper noun, isn't it? Flower will be the common noun, but rose flower will be the proper noun. And about that noun, if I am giving the additional information by using certain word, that will be called as adjective of that noun. So that is why yellow will become the adjective of that rose. In this way, describing words, set of words or words will be called as adjective. I have black color trouser and green color t-shirt. So t-shirt and trouser will be the common noun, but I am specifying them by adding the adjectives to it. So that means black will be the adjective of that trouser and green will be adjective of that t-shirt. So in this way I am explaining and describing the noun. So beautiful. So what kind of adjectives are being used? Thousands of there, but few we will write it over here. Beautiful, ugly, poor, rich, then handsome, then pretty, tiny, huge, sweet, sour, hot, then various kinds of colors even. Various colors even. So pink, yellow, red, green, in this way, or blue. The blue sky was looking so stunning. The blue and stunning both are become the adjective because I am describing the noun. So in this way there are adjectives. The list of adjective will be prolonged if I will give it to you. Lots of adjectives are there, isn't it? So out of that few I have given you for the example. Now we will move towards adverb. What is exactly adverb? Adverb means the word or set of words which describe the action word. Okay, I run very slow. PT Usha runs very fastly. So I am explaining her action of running by adding two words into it very fastly. So fastly will be the adverb of that action. So describing the action, that will be called as adverb. Adverb, adding the information into verb will be called as adverb. So it will be fastly. Okay, then adverb can be in time, related to time, related to the manner, related to the quality, okay, related to the action. So in this way adverbs are there. Okay, then fastly, then slowly, then hurriedly, rapidly, many are there which are explaining the action. And that action is, wherever that action is being occurred, wherever it is going to happen, at what time it is going to happen, then it will be called as adverb of time. The way it is being happened, it will be called as adverb of manners. The way it is being shown the quality, it will be called as adverb of quality. So in this way adverbs are being explained. Now interjections. As I have explained it to you, when we say the exclamatory sentences, before that exclamatory sentences, whichever words we use it to express our excitement or feelings or emotions, that time these whichever words we use it, hooray, bravo, alas, oh no, then well done. In this way, we are using these words and we are expressing ourselves. So these words will be called as interjection. Now we will move towards the next part, conjunction, where we use a word which joins two sentences or the two adjectives or two nouns. Okay, so what will come under conjunction? And, while, when, because, for, although, so many words are there. So I'm going to write it. And, then but, then as soon as, then no sooner than, then as early as, then so that, then although, then because, then while, when, for, as. These are the words which are joining two sentences and giving the proper meaning of that sentence. So make it little shorter, the conjunctions are being used. Okay, so in this way, and, but, while, when, which, because, for, as, so that, although, though, as soon as, no sooner than, so that, as early as. In this way, unless and until, unless and until, unless and until you do the hard work, you will not get the success. In this way, I am joining two sentences by putting the punctuation marks over there. Okay, and then I am using these kind of conjunctions over there. Now you may just write it down, all these things, and then we are going to move towards the modal auxiliaries, which is the important part of grammar.